Alright, and welcome to Anime Bloodsports. It is me, It Had Potential, and we have a special guest.
Dysentery King.
And we're going to finally settle this dumb autistic debate of who is best Jojo. I'm in the stance of Joseph Joestar, and he has the wrong opinion of, Jotaro, edgelord Kujo. So we're going to go back and forth and see if we can settle this debate.
It's Jotaro.
No, but I think a few things need to be said first. We're going to talk about how this all started first, but I got a little bone to pick to a certain Asperger. Don't you?
What a fucking cowardly faggot. I can't believe that son of a bitch he's bringing people onto that Naruto debate. It's like he's intentionally bringing on retarded people so that he seems smart in comparison when really he has no fucking idea what he's talking about.
Well, he is right about Sasuke, but yeah, he has no...
Eat shit, you didn't even watch Naruto.
Fuck you! But I know enough that Sasuke is a shit character. But you have the right, my good sir, to have a rightful debate with Asperger about this. And he's a fucking coward. Calling you out. Coward! You drunken fucking loser. There, I said it. I love you, Asperger. But you also haven't debated with me, even though I don't think you give a fuck. Is Kingdom Hearts with me, with your stance with Shion.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Okay, so, kind of a little bit of background on this. We were kind of like talking back and forth between, we wanted to do our own little debate, and then he tweeted out blocking a Twitter account because they said Joseph Joestar was best JoJo or greater than Jotaro. Is that correct?
It was a Virgin Chad meme.
Okay.
That's all it was.
Yeah,
it was some stupid fucking Reddit meme page, so nothing of value was lost.
I think it was Anime IRL.
Yeah, it's the only Twitter profile I've ever blocked, and that I'm going to block.
For blocking somebody on Twitter, I have zero blocked.
Well, I more blocked them as a meme.
Okay. So then we got into the discussion of who is best JoJo, and we've been going back and forth before this little recording. Just to get our own take, and I thought we would just go right into it. So, I think the best way to start this off is we talk about the qualities of the characters that we like, and why they have good character development, why they're good characters, and we'll just go from there. You'll take your stance, I'll take my stance, and then we would just debate each other on that, and then we'll just go until one person is left standing. So, you, King, you are ready to go whenever you feel like to talk about Jojo.
Jotaro is a classic gentle giant. He's outwardly he's sort of the stereotype of he's hard on the outside, soft on the inside. But what makes him interesting is the circumstances he's thrown into and how he has to deal with it given that personality type. Dio. Well, before we get into the whole Dio thing, Jotaro fucking loves his mom and just everyone around him.
What?
He fucking loves everybody. This kid, in his introduction,
he calls his mom a bitch.
Yeah, that's his hard exterior. Do you remember his introduction? The whole point of his introduction was he thought he had a fucking evil spirit possessing him, who he thought was going to be hurting people. So he put himself in jail to make sure it doesn't hurt anybody.
Oh, so edgy.
That's not edgy, that's fucking protecting people. Sort of similar to Sasuke, but yeah, but that's for something else. Jotaro is put in... He wants to protect everyone around him. And Dio... Motherfucking Dio This guy he doesn't know, who apparently has been fucking with his family for generations, he made his mother fucking get a stand that is going to kill her. The person he loves the most, her life is in danger because this fucker across the world gave her this terminal illness, and all he can do about it is fucking nothing when he finds that out. He thinks there's nothing he can do until, of course, he does that fucking thing with Star Platinum in The Fly. And that's how Part 3 happens. And that's the plot of Part 3. That's why Part 3 is so good. This guy, he's trying to protect his mom, who's going to die soon. This is a timed mission to save someone he loves, but he just he just can't show it, you know.
Can I correct you on something though?
Oh yeah, what?
Or maybe you can correct something for me. You mentioned that Dio gave what's her name? Stan? Holly, yes. Not really, like, not purposely, but because he got a Stan and because his bloodline was connected to the other Joestars, the other Joestars got a Stan. He didn't purposely give Holly a Stan.
Well, no, but it's because of him that it happened, and Joseph did show up saying that, this guy has been fucking with our family for generations.
Yeah, he indirectly starts shit.
And they don't know that it was they don't know it wasn't on purpose. They just know that it's because of Dio this happened, because of Joseph's shitty stand.
Okay, I'll give you that. His stand is shit.
Yeah, so Joseph comes along with his shitty stand power of taking half-naked pictures of his dead grandpa.
What?
And,
okay, actually, it's not that shitty, but, not as shitty as you may think, but that's another discussion.
Okay. I'm gonna be bringing it up later.
Oh, okay, bring it, bitch.
Yeah, fuck Joseph. Jotaro, he can't... He refuses to, outwardly show his emotions. But, like...
Oh, like
he's constantly... It's constantly leaking out. And the story in Part 3, it's all about Jotaro failing to keep it in.
Okay, such as?
Well, let's look at the whole of Part 3. As the villains progress, the clock is ticking closer and closer to his mom's eventual death, and he's getting more and more impatient and frustrated with the fact that the person he loves is gonna die. And this is getting to be too much for him. He can't bottle it up, and he's getting progressively more and more violent and just fucking deadly to all of Dio's minions. And it's interesting to watch that progress.
Is that all you got right now?
For now.
Okay. Well, I respectfully disagree, because you're a filthy faggot. But let's time to talk about Joseph Joestar. Not Part 3 Joseph Joestar, but specifically Part 2 Joseph.
Because that one's even worse.
Yeah, let's talk about it. So, remind me, when he heard about a pure fucking character as Speedwagon, when he heard that he was dead, what did he do? He found Straitso. Well, Straitso found him. Straitso finds him. He unloads like a Tommy gun on him, and you see him crying. Some raw fucking emotions. Anger. He wants to kill Straitso. Like Caesar dies, not right in front of him, but like when Caesar wants to try to like protect Joseph and try to like do something and try to get that little poison, the antidote ring from Wamu. When he found the little bit of the band that was part of Caesar, he cried. He had raw fucking emotions. That was the saddest fucking part in JoJo. You cannot deny that. Caesar dying.
Yeah, I don't care. Caesar wasn't a character.
You saying it wasn't?
Yeah, it wasn't. Every episode in part 4 was sadder than that.
Oh my god, you are autistic.
Nigga, Caesar wasn't a character.
Okay, so like you see all these raw emotions, then you see him lose against WAMU, ACDC, and well, just those two because he didn't really fight cars in that Italy scenario. I can't remember if it wasn't a tune, but it was in Italy. Then he goes in this training arc, and you see him progress and get stronger and get more like anger and throughout the whole entire process, he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill Lisa. I'm gonna do that because she just keeps on tormenting me. He shows raw emotions, and at the same time, Joseph is funny. Throughout the whole entire of part 2, he is funny. His antics are funny. Him running away, they make it seem like it's a strategic element. Like he runs away from WAMU, so they go after him instead of attacking Caesar and Speedwagon. And towards the end of part 2, when he fights WAMU, he respects WAMU as a fighter so much, even though he killed Caesar, that he gave his blood to WAMU. That's powerful, man. Like that is literally your number one villain, like your rival, and he was able to be like such a mature adult about it. Like I don't know how you can say he's not like one of the best characters in JoJo. He has like an overarching character development plot from like the very beginning when he was a shit kid, from the beginning when he's on the airplane with Speedwagon and he was telling everybody to fuck off, and he turned into this mature adult at the end of season 2 or part 2. So that is my main point of why Joseph Joestar is one of the best Joestars as of right now in terms of 1, 2, 3, and 4. He has the best overarching plot in terms of development. He shows raw emotions, and he's not an edgy edgelord faggot like Jotaro that shows no emotions and doesn't go yada yada desu.
That was cringier than anything Jotaro could have ever done.
Change my mind, faggot.
Well, I will say that the Straitso fight and the WAMU fight are really good parts in part 2.
WAMU is
really good.
So fucking good.
Yeah, WAMU's fucking fantastic. But WAMU may respect Joseph Joestar and his and what a warrior he is, but I sure as fuck don't. Araki. Alright, so Joseph fucking cheats in every fight. And I'm not saying I don't like him because he's a low-down trickster. No, I fucking love that. That's not what he's doing. That's not what he's doing at all. He's not as smart as he's putting it on, as he's letting us think he is. He's not. Araki confirmed that all of the feats in part 2, this is confirmed, they're not because Joseph is smart. They're because Hermit Purple was apparently in effect.
Wait, where?
Araki just said so.
Araki comes up with bullshit excuses, and he makes up these fucking statistics in part 3 and part 4 that are inconsistent. He doesn't remember shit from part 2. And you know that.
Well, that's because no one remembers anything from part 2, because it sucks.
It's the best part. Oh, second best part, part 4.
Yeah.
Okay. Agree on that.
Yeah, but, yeah, but, like, unfortunately, that's the only way to explain how Joseph even does that shit, which is bad, because Hermit Purple is not established in part 2.
No, how does it explain? Like, okay, so the part of Joseph Joestar is his incredible high luck as well. So you can call that anime bullshit, which I will consent to that. But he's also intelligent. He has read bunch of like history books with.
He read The Art of War, and let me just say that does not make him smart enough for him to pull off what the fuck he's been doing. There's no way he's gotten the smarts that he shows off in Part 2. He skipped school, and he's a fucking pampered, grew up rich, and was always by his fucking grandma's side. Where the fuck did he get the book smarts or the street smarts other than reading The Art of War? Which, by the way, in the AC/DC fight, he shouldn't have fucking won anyway because he read a book about shit that AC/DC literally experienced and lived through.
Next thing you're gonna say, I was just only pretending to be retarded. That's also one of my favorite lines. Where he says, next thing you'll say.
Yeah, that makes no sense unless you factor in Hermit Purple, which is, unfortunately, the reason he's able to do it.
No, because Hermit Purple purpose is like, oh, he needs like a tangible object to be able to see what's in the like future, not the future, but like you might have to remind me about Hermit Purple. It's more of like he can see where things are like in the distance, but it's the current present. Is that correct?
Hermit Purple is needlessly complex and ridiculous. He can do all that shit, he can sense shit, which is fucking stupid, and somehow, for some reason, he can read people's thoughts, even though that doesn't make sense, and he never really uses that ever. Apparently, except for Part 2. Because Araki said so, and I don't know why.
No, Araki's so full of shit. I don't care if it came from the creator. Like, just because he says it and he can't come up with a fucking reasonable explanation for it does not mean it's fucking true. Like, it's not there. He didn't think about stands until much later.
He also says that Jonathan Joestar is Hermit Purple. Which you actually see it happen in Part 3.
Where?
Dio uses Hermit Purple in Part 3 for one
Wait,
frame.
is that like episode 1 or 2?
It's one or the other. Because the original plan for the world was for it to be every stand. Because Part 3 was originally going to be the finale.
I fucking knew it! Because, like, when I first saw... now we're going to this discussion. When I first saw Dio and I was watching Part 3, I'm like, oh, does Dio have, like, all the stands? Like, in, like, the world? Because I knew his Arcana was the world, because I know about the Arcana arrangement, because I played Persona. And I'm like, oh, does he have, like, area power available? And they're like, oh, that's gonna be OP as shit. But then it just being like, oh no, I got Zolwardo, I can time stop. Which, kind of a disappointment, but, yeah, it's still good.
Yeah. It's still a good stand.
But no, you just admitted that, like, that you admitted the flaw of Araki doesn't know what he's talking about.
Well, no, I didn't say that canonically Dio has every stand. That I'm just proving that Dio has Hermit Purple and the world.
No, before that, you made a statement of Jonathan.
Yeah, he's using Jonathan's body.
You're right. Okay, I'm getting so convoluted.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. I hate that I have to think this hard about Joseph's nonsense. So,
I like Part 3, Joseph, in terms of comedy, but nothing else. He doesn't have any more development in Part 3. Pretty much all his development is in Part 2, and there's no more after that.
Are you fucking kidding me? What about Part 4?
Yeah, where he's a fucking old man, and he's like, I have amnesia. I can't remember shit.
What about his affair?
Here's my oh, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry I had
that's another thing. He doesn't just cheat in fights. He cheats in life, too. What a fucking piece of shit this guy is.
It's part of his character development. Okay, it kind of like the recording was like fucking up, but now it's stabilizing. We were talking about him cheating. I made a ridiculous statement saying that's part of his character development, and just realized that's pretty shitty.
Especially after he openly announced that he hates the Japanese.
But,
and then he has an affair with the Japanese.
But in Joseph's defense, he fucked a hot Japanese mom. Would you not fuck Josuke's mom? Yes or no?
I'm with Okuyasu on this. Yeah.
You would?
Yeah.
Boom. There's no more debate about this.
Therefore, Joseph is a good character.
Joseph is a pure boy. He did nothing wrong.
Boy? No, he cheated on Erina. Or was it Aaron? I don't remember. No, it was Suzuki. Suzuki. Yeah, Suzuki.
Arena is
that's his grandma.
We can talk about part one.
But I do suppose incest isn't above Joseph.
Wait, what? Incest?
Yeah.
What?
Remember when he was peeping on his mom?
Oh. He didn't know! Plus, when you see Lisa, and you're like, nice! And you're like, oh yeah, that's fucking hot as shit. And that's another part. Like, that shows another part of his character development is that he's like, oh, I can joke around and have fun. And then he's like, he realizes like Lisa is his mom, and he's like, oh. And he went. You know what he did? He banged her assistant, Suzuki.
Yeah, a fucking empty-headed blonde.
Yeah, that's true.
Joseph's a piece of shit, and nothing with him makes sense.
Well, let's talk about Jojo and see how perfect he is. Like everything he says is just like yada yada desert, and then his character development. You said like, oh, okay, I'll give you this, because you made a good point. I'll concede to this. At the beginning of part 3, where he was in jail and he wanted to protect himself and other people around him by being in jail because he had an evil spirit. I will consent to your point on that specific part, because I didn't realize that until you made that. You are correct. However, throughout the whole entire part of part 3, it just he's not even cracking a smile. He's kind of like,
yeah, he did.
No, like throughout the whole entire part of part 3, he does not crack a smile, and he's like, I'm tired of all these people, and he goes yada yada desert, and he's like, oh, I'm gonna do Star Platinum, and he's like, ura ura ura, and it's the same shit again and again, and he's like the Gary Stu of part 3, if you know what Gary Stu, like the terminology Gary Stu.
Yeah, and you're wrong.
Okay, look at his Star Platinum stat. It's A all across except for range.
Mm-hmm.
And like, Star Platinum...
Stan stats don't make sense. Emperor has an E in precision.
I was hoping you weren't going to bring that up. No, like his... That's the thing I don't get about Platinum is like, okay, his power is like... But he's able to have super strength, super fast, he can be precise, his potential to grow stronger is really fucking high. Araki wanted the perfect character in terms of like, oh, he can now do wrong, but he's...
Well, the potential was just further revealed that he has the same stand as Dio.
Jotaro is like, he's the most edgy character I've ever seen. He's like Miles Edgeworth, Shadow the Hedgehog, Kirito, and Sasuke combined, and he's like way more edgier than that combination. Like, he has like no personality. The only time you ever see him smile is at the end of part 3, where he looks at a picture and he's just smiling. He's like, I did it.
And several other points.
You don't see him. Okay, you don't see him cry when he realizes that Abdul is dead or Iggy is dead.
He's like, bottling it up, but you can definitely see the emotion he's feeling. You can see the pain he's feeling. That's the whole fucking point of the Dio's world.
No, the only time you ever see him angered or pained is when he sees his grandfather, Joseph, die right in front of him. That's the only time you see him actually see anger. And some...
That point is when he realized that a bunch of his friends died, and he was feeling so much pain in that moment.
So, let me go to, have you seen part 3 OVA?
The OVA? That doesn't have anything to do with this.
1992 OVA. Yes, I am bringing this shit up.
You can't bring that up.
Yes, I will. It's a fucking best I can certainly can. Because this is the part in the OVA where Jotaro actually showed raw emotion. When he's saying goodbye to Polnareff, he actually cries. Because he's like, I'm never going to see you again. I'm sorry that our teammates have died. In the new version of Part 3, we just get yada yada Josu, and he's like, does his hat hug, and then just like, I don't care, I'm just gonna fucking go Uda Uda Uda.
Yeah, no.
Jotaro is such a blanket and boring character. Like,
No.
No, yes!
He grew a very strong and evident bond with all of his friends throughout Part 3.
No, you would probably say Polnareff as an example, maybe, but everyone else, no.
Are you kidding me? Did you even watch it?
Yes, twice.
Like, there were several times where Jotaro was smiling and laughing with everyone.
No, the smiling was the one where that Boingo teammate were trying to be like Jotaro. You know, that's the only time I've ever seen him, like, his character, air quotes, smile when he was being imitated by someone else.
Yeah, and it was a successful imitation because they bought it.
No, because the characters are fucking retarded!
Not to mention, Polnareff is the one who brought up the fact that Jotaro could do that cigarette trick, proving and cluing us in as the audience that Jotaro is just another dumb 17-year-old kid doing a bunch of dumb but funny stuff, having fun with his friends along on this trip.
Okay.
Not to mention, he has fun alongside everyone else in fights like Wheel of Fortune, when the fucking car turned into like a wagon or something. Like, everyone was laughing and Jotaro was back there smiling along with them. He thought it was hilarious.
I don't
Or
remember.
in The Sun, when they were laughing at how fucking stupid the Arabia Fats was. He was just hiding behind a rock, the only rock in the desert.
You're right about the sun. However, that was a hallucination. Like, he was so dehydrated that he was losing his fucking mind. So
no, that was Jotaro, or not Jotaro. Joseph was thinking that was happening, but they were all just laughing at how stupid the stand was. Kakyoin clarifies it for Joseph. He's like, no, we're not going bad. We just realized what the problem is. It was fucking hilarious. Jotaro shows a wide range of emotions, but you just have to catch it, and that's what makes it so fucking interesting. And the rest of the time, you're like, he's still feeling things, but he's like teasing us with it. It's there.
Are you good?
For now, yeah. I like, maybe for Part 3. Which
Okay.
is probably the worst iteration of Jotaro.
That's my stance on Jotaro. He's just so fucking boring. You don't think I convinced on any parts about Joseph? That I made any points? Like, you can't even concede on any points I made?
What things that I already didn't like about, or that I already didn't like about him?
I thought I brought up a good point with the Wamu, like him pouring blood on Wamu. Like,
It's not like I hate Part 2. I just think he's bad for most of it. And you brought up the 2 parts that I do like him.
exactly. Those are the best parts.
Yeah, but then that's just Joseph and Wamu being good.
That's another thing. You see him have a training arc, but like Jotaro, he doesn't have a training arc. He just like, oh, he's
Because
good.
he doesn't use Hammond. Like, no one has a training arc after Part 2. Like, except Johnny, I think, yeah.
Because everyone's like, oh, I'm good right from the start. You don't see him develop his stand. Like, after part, like,
He gets the world. And he trains the world.
At the end, after episode 2, you don't see his stand get significantly stronger throughout the whole journey. It just stays the same.
You don't see that with fucking Crazy Diamond. You don't see that you see the same thing with Gold Experience.
I don't know anything about part 5, but like, that's actually kind of like the problem with like with some of the things I have with stands. Like, okay, you're not automatically good with this stand right away, like for example, part 4. Is it Kokichi? The small little dude that had
Koichi.
Koichi. His had an evolution type of thing. I like that scenario where it got progressively stronger as he developed his stand.
Yeah, that happens again later. Get hyped.
See him? Oh shit! Man. Is he like an endless like power source then?
No, not really.
Echo 3 is pretty damn OP.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
But we're here to talk about fucking who's best JoJo.
Mm-hmm.
Are we even going to talk about Josuke?
I was just saying that Crazy Diamond, it stays the same throughout all of Part 4.
Yeah, and that's like, you don't see him make like...
And I like that.
You do?
Yeah.
You like seeing the same thing over and over again.
Well, you're not seeing the same thing over and over again. With Crazy Diamond is a fantastic stand because there's so much shit that he can do with it. It's already really cool, and he can do different and interesting things with it all the time. You're not constantly training and stuff to get more powerful than someone else. You're outsmarting them, and that's JoJo. JoJo's mind games.
I agree to you to an extent, but when you have like a power system like this, you gotta have like terms of like hell in Hero Aka, like you see their quirks are getting you want to try to train their quirks. Like you can kind of like think of stands that way as well. Like okay, when they first have their stand and they're able to use it, it's not that strong, and it's mainly because of the mentality. They don't know how to properly use it, but they'll be able to find significant ways of how to use it more. When I see like the stand powers use anything, you kind of just use the stand powers use the same thing over and over again. Except for Polnareff. Polnareff does different things with his stand, which is interesting. If I remember correctly, like him breaking off.
Part of stands not changing is also to sell the fact that anyone could have a stand and use it efficiently.
Then what's the reason with the potential stat? Like the quirks.
That's for stands that can like evolve. There's potential for the stand to like turn into a different stand that does a different thing.
Why is Jotaro's stat potential an A when he doesn't evolve? And I bet here's what you're gonna say. Oh, he gets the world later, right? But
yeah, that's literally the reason he has an A potential, because it evolves into the world.
Why did he get the world besides it's connected through Jonathan?
I don't remember. He just has the same stand as Dio, and it was kind of dumb.
It doesn't make any sense, and it's completely contrived, and he's like, oh, I gotta pull bullshit out of my ass so I can somehow make him be able to stop time and be able to beat Dio. You know that's true.
I mean, it's not like I'm saying Part 3 is the best part. I'm just saying it's better than Part 2.
Well, it sounds like we're not budging any inch on this, are we?
However, Jotaro getting the world does lead into very, very interesting character development for Jotaro.
He ruins.
So I'm glad it happened.
He ruins Part 4 in the end, and you know that.
He makes Part 4.
At the end? No, he ruins Part 4 in the end.
No, he makes it.
Okay, so, like, Josuke already beat Kira, and he's already on the brink of pretty much dying, but Kira is such a determinative fucking bastard, and Jotaro is like, oh, I gotta use my Zoroardo, even though he's not even 10 meters away. And Koichi, whatever the fuck his name, how you pronounce it, is like, oh, I'm gonna use Echo and try to stop him and all that shit. Like, I just wish Josuke would have had his moment to shine and just be able to kill Kira.
The ending of Part 4 was emblematic of Part 4 as a whole, because Part 4 was about the community of Morio coming together and working together to combat this evil and cut out the fucking evil that's scarring the town. The ending had everyone participate in destroying Kira. I mean, I guess Josuke could have had the final blow, but really it doesn't matter because the whole town aided in the killing of Kira.
So, yes, let me go back to what I said, because I don't think let me correct what I said. I think Josuke should have had the final blow, like honestly, they shouldn't have that tense situation of like, oh, is he going to use bites the dust or not? Is he going to use the world right in front of him? And is he going to be able to punch him? Like they should have just cut that out entirely, and they should have just cut to the part where the ambulance, the best JoJo character, the ambulance kills Kira.
I mean, the ambulance did kill Kira, and if you just rob Jotaro of his moment, then he just has nothing, and that'd be kind of ridiculous.
I think Jotaro really has no place in Part 4, really, besides telling Josuke some information, really.
Jotaro is at his best in Part 4.
Yeah, I will actually agree. In Part 4, he's more tolerable, but I think it's because you see him less, and you get small taste, like wine. It's like small taste of like flavor.
His character in Part 4 is totally built up on how he was used in Part 3, though.
Oh yeah,
and what happened to him in Part 3.
His profession is looking at dolphins.
He has a PhD in marine biology. He's just a big nerd.
With dolphins.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a point in Part 3 where he used a dolphin to fight the Navy guy? Or am I thinking something else?
You're thinking of Part 3, and Jotaro didn't use any animals in that fight. He just used Starfinger and just one-shot him for no reason. That was a dumb fight.
Yeah, that whole entire segment. Well, first half of Part 3 is garbage.
Well, no, it's good, but the villains are garbage.
Yes, exactly. That's why it's garbage. That's the thing about like Part 3 and Part 4, even though I think Part 4 does it better. It's like the stand of the week, it's your villain of the week, and it's like very episodic. Like with each episode, and I don't like that style. I really don't. However,
again, I'm not going to say Part 3 is perfect. I don't really like that.
Fair enough, but I think Part 4 improved a lot from Part 3. I think we pretty much said what we needed to say about Joseph and Jojo. Would you agree?
I've only said about half of what I need to say for Jotaro because he's such a complex and good character.
What? Yeah. How is he? Okay, we kind of went into a tirade about how me saying that Jotaro is all that. Okay, go on. Go. What other things can you add to Jotaro?
Well, I've revealed to you how Jotaro's emotions are shown to us in very interesting and like cock-teasy ways in Part 3. Part 4 is where Jotaro gets really good.
Name an instance in Part 3, because that's what we're talking specifically.
Oh, okay. Where you can see Jotaro's emotions?
Yes, specific.
Alright, well how about in I think it's the third episode, when all we've seen of Jotaro up to this point is that he other than him protecting people.
Are you talking about when he might die?
No.
Oh.
It's just before that.
Alright.
All we've seen of Jotaro's personality in depth so far was his hard exterior. He called his mom a bitch 4 times up to this point. And Jotaro, it's after he defeats Kakyoin, I think. And he's holding Kakyoin and he's bringing him home. And he sees his mom. And instead of calling her a bitch, he sees that she looks pale. And out of concern, he asks if she's okay.
Ooh, he shows such raw emotion by asking, "Are you okay, mother? You look a little ill."
He doesn't need to break down in tears to show emotion.
The thing is, when characters died, even when Avdol quote unquote died and he was technically knew about it, which I still. He didn't break down in tears, nothing, he didn't show any raw emotion besides just anger.
Yeah, he did. It wasn't just anger. It was fucking rage.
Anger is rage.
No. This is ascended anger. Did you see his? Did you see the way he was animated in Dio's world? You could see how he was fucking seething.
Yeah, his veins popped up, but like that's still a type of it's on the spectrum of anger. So
because that's the only emotion he knows how to let out consciously.
So you're admitting that Jotaro is autistic?
Yeah, I think he might actually be on the autism spectrum.
That's why you like him.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Because you can relate to Jotaro. Because
I do relate to Jotaro.
Oh my god! We're just gonna joke about you just admit you relate to Jojo because he's autistic. Yes or no?
Well, not because he's autistic, but I mean, I relate to a lot of qualities about Jotaro.
Oh, like anger. Oh, what bitch?
I guess, yeah.
Do you call it a bitch?
Not often. I guess I really don't. But really, in his attitude and his way of taking on life.
No, like I feel like Jojo, like throughout the journey, he is irritated at everybody, and he's like, "Okay, I'm just here to save my mom and nothing else." Like he hates everybody.
He's protecting Oh, then why the fuck did he pull the flesh bud out of Kakyoin and Polnar's heads? Risking his own life to help them. People he doesn't fucking know and who just tried to kill him.
Because they were going to be used to help him in the end to beat Dio. He needed comrades.
He didn't know that they were going to do that. He had no idea what was going to happen. He saw that Kakyoin was in danger. That he was being manipulated by the fucker who was killing his mom. And he thought, I'm going to help this poor guy. I'm going to risk my life just to pull this shit out of his forehead. And then because he doesn't want to express it, he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to. He wants to keep his shell up. When Kakyoin asked why he did that, Jotaro was like, "I don't know myself."
I'm proving my autism thing to be true.
Yeah, he might. I'm pretty sure he's autistic.
Okay, do you have anything else to say about Jotaro besides that?
Yes, I think it's very interesting how he had PTSD in Part 4. How he developed a legitimate mental illness.
Okay, I've seen the video where he develops PTSD because Kira talks to him, and he said, "Oh, what does he miss? What does Kira say?" And it really pisses off Jotaro.
Well, it's more than that. It's the whole scenario of what just happened, and he gets triggered every single time he has to use the world.
He mentions like, "Oh, your friend is dying in front of you," something like that.
The whole scene was within the Sheer Heart Attack arc was very reminiscent of Dio's world.
However, we're talking about Part 3, yes or no?
We're talking about Jotaro.
So you're talking about Jotaro as a whole?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm talking about specifically Part 2 Joseph, because I think Part 2 Joseph and Part 3 Joseph is significantly different.
Well, yeah. But but he's still not a good character in Part 3.
I didn't argue that he was a good character in Part 3.
This whole thing is over who the best JoJo is, not what the best part is. I don't think that Part 3 is the best part.
I think we already conceded that Ambulance is the best JoJo.
No, it's John Arbuckle.
Who? Why does that name sound?
It's Garfield's owner.
Oh. I hate you so much. Please drink bleach.
But the development of PTSD in Jotaro in Part 4 ties back to Part 3. It's completely relevant to Part 3. Because every single time Dio is mentioned, Jotaro is visibly disturbed. He's upset. He's thinking of, like, all the fucking memories. The horrible memories of Part 3 and the bad things that happened then. They just come flooding back. The guy is triggered. He has autism and he's triggered.
He's a nuclear autism waiting to explode.
The only times he ever uses the world is when he's panicked or he's protecting someone. Tying into his character, while always wanting to protect everyone.
So just because the character wants to protect somebody, that means that they're a great character.
Well, no, I've spent like 40 minutes here just like talking about why Jotaro's so great.
I'm just talking about in terms of development. Like, what other development does he have besides, I'm powerful. I'm powerful, therefore I can protect people, and I'm angry all the time, and I go yada yada this. I think
I was explaining his emotions for like 40 minutes and how they tie into his character.
No, you kept on saying like, oh, he bottles it up and bottles it up. Like, you don't see it at all besides anger.
No, you do see it.
You only see anger. I'm talking about in the OVA where he does cry and he actually shows his emotions.
You see happiness. You see sadness.
Where do you see happiness besides the ending?
I gave you 4 instances of it.
What other... I don't remember that. What? Where?
The Wheel of Fortune fight, when the car becomes a wagon, he's laughing along with the rest of his buddies. The Sun, when they finally realize how stupid fucking Arabia Fats' strategy is. What was the other one? I mentioned 4. Fuck, what was the other one?
I actually forgot about the Wheel of Fortune in the Sun.
The cigarette trick. Paul Nerve cluing us in about the cigarette trick, how he has fun with the rest of his friends.
No, but that isn't...
If you're gonna say it's because that doesn't count because Boingo did it, Paul Nerve's the one who brought it up, which tells us that Jotaro has done it with them before.
That doesn't mean like he likes to have like fun with it. He's like, oh, I can do this neat trick because I'm just fucking bored because I hate everybody that's around me. Because that's the impression that he has with everybody.
No. He doesn't hate everyone. All he does is protect them. And he just has this tough outer shell. And this outer shell gets weaker and weaker as the series progresses. And it's just almost gone in part 6.
Well, you kind of cut it out at the end, and I know I did. But yeah, I think we should just kind of wrap this up because I'm getting kind of annoyed with everything breaking in and out. And, I think we can kind of, once we figure out how to improve the quality of this, we might do a round 2, because I think we need to do a round 2. I am not satisfied with this at all. I am not satisfied with this. We can do better.
Jotaro's just the best JoJo.
So that's our closing statement. We have not changed our minds. Okay. So, I think we're going to leave it out to the audience. All 5 of the people that are watching right now. Yes, I said 5 because I don't have anybody watch my shit. They're going to vote on who's the plebe and who is the weeb. If you think I win, which is the rightfully so, then you would vote for me as the plebe and him the weeb. No, I'm not the autistic to have that. We're just going to have a simple straw poll.
Plebe is the good one?
I don't even know. I don't even get that. That's a Digibro fucking quote.
You're fucking referencing Digibro here? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Dude, you don't remember that? At the, I think it was like the end of, it's one of the Anime Spectrum podcasts. I think it's the King of the Hill one.
Yeah, no, I didn't watch that.
That's the best one. You gotta watch that. Oh, is it because of is that what it is?
No, I think the only one I watched was the one where Asperger was just yelling at himself.
Also, fuck Asperger. Okay, so
fuck Asperger.
Yeah, we're just gonna wrap this up, and once we have this all cut up, I want us both to at Asperger and tell him that he's a piece of shit, and he should totally debate you on Sasuke about this, because that gay fucking retard had no point whatsoever. I don't even know what his point. His point was like, oh god, what was his fucking point? It was like, oh, he. Do you remember? Because I don't, and I just watched.
I only watched that first half of it, and I just got a headache and stopped.
It was shit. Like Asperger right before, because the other person is more on the spectrum than Asperger.
Yeah, he kept bringing up Hitler for some reason. I don't see it.
Yeah, I was sure about that. But anyways, this is the end of the who's the best JoJo debate. We may have other JoJo-related debates or other anime debates. I am very expressive of my opinions, and I know you are as well, King. So we will definitely have further debates. But this is it had potential.
And Dysentery King.
And click the straw poll on the bottom to vote on who you think won this match. If you are an intelligent person, you would say Joseph Joestar.